Hey, what it do, what it do? I'm Bobby, aka TheAugusta CarGuy. Thank y'all for tuning in again to another episode of Let's Talk Wealth, where we inspire entrepreneurs like yourself to be great. Growth, resilience, empowerment, alignment, and thrive. Listen, man, we creating freedom over here, you feel me? We creating freedom over here. Yeah, we creating big freedom. Hey, but before we get started, I need y'all to do me a favor. Now listen, don't trip. I know when people say, I need y'all to do me a favor, or I need a favor. To black people, hey, that means you about to ask, hey, let me hold some money. But I'm good. I don't need no money from none of y'all. I just need y'all to share this video with your people. That's all I ask. To share this video with your people. Share this video with 3 to 5 of your friends who trying or who want to be an entrepreneur. Make sure you send it to them right now. Hey, listen, man, this episode 8. So look, today we're gonna dive into a topic that can make or break your entrepreneurial journey. We're going to talk about some stuff that can make or break your entrepreneurial journey. So what can make or break you as an entrepreneur? Have you ever thought about that? What can make or break you as an entrepreneur? That's your mindset. Your mindset will make or break your journey if you don't tap into the right mindset. If you don't tap into the right mindset, hey, listen, that's going to make or break your journey. It's going to make your journey either harder or easier. So I had a conversation with my brother the other day. So we was talking, we was chopping it up. He in prison, by the way. So we was talking, and every time I get him on the phone, every time I talk to him, I always try to put some positive in his ear. I always try to, just let him know what I'm doing, let him know what I'm reading, let him know what I'm studying, stuff like that. So a few months ago, well, not even a few months ago, it was like, well, yeah, it was about 2 months ago, about a month or so, 2 months ago. But he was telling me that he was like, he got into it with some people in there and whatnot. So he was like, yeah, man, I had to put hands, elbows, knees, and feet on somebody. And he was just telling me about the little altercation or whatever. I'm like, all right, well, shit, you about to come home. You got a release date. Well, not a release date, but you got a parole date. I was telling him, yeah, you got a parole date, so you gotta make some changes. You can't be thinking how you thinking now. So the other day, he called me and he was telling me about another situation that he was having. So he was telling me about the situation, so I'm listening to him, and then he was like, I was thinking about a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about. He said that him and another dude was about to get into it, and he was about to tell, hey, let's go in the cell. So when they say let's go in the cell, they about to fight. So he was saying, like, I was about to tell him let's go in the cell or whatnot. I'm like, so I'm listening, and then he was like, man, I was thinking about what you said, as I was about to tell dude, like, let's go handle business. He was like, man, I was thinking about what you said, man. I got a date coming. I don't need to be indulged with all this foolishness going on. I don't need to be thinking about nothing that's going on here. And he was like, man, my mindset now is out there with y'all in the free world. My mindset out there with y'all in the free world. I'm thinking about this when I get out of prison, what I can do, what I'm gonna do. I'm just thinking about that. He's like, so all this other stuff that's going on in here, I'm shifting my mind from thinking about the nonsense that go on in here today into placing myself mentally on the outside with y'all. So I was just telling him, I was like, man, yeah, that's how you need to be thinking. That's how you should be thinking. So I told him, I was like, your actions and results are a direct reflection of how healthy or unhealthy of a mindset you possess. And I was also telling him, like, shit, man, anything could happen during that fight, man. You could have got a DR, which is a discipline report. You could have got, shit, they could have jumped on you. You could have stabbed him, he could have stabbed you. Shit, anything could have went left. When you're in an environment like that, anything can go left. So, like I was telling him, I was like, it's good to keep your mindset off the foolishness and keeping your mindset on your release date, keeping your mindset on getting back to your people, getting back to your kids, getting back to that, because you've been gone 15 years. So I was telling him, I was like, when you do go in front of the parole board, have you been thinking about what you're gonna tell them? Have you been thinking about, or have you been planning what you're gonna say to them folks? Because when they get you up there, the first thing they're gonna ask you is, why should we let you out? Why should we let you out? Why should we give you another try at life? Why should we give you a try in society around regular folks? That's what they're gonna ask you. They want to know. So when you do talk to them, you want to let them know that your mindset is not the same as it was in 2008. Your mindset has completely shifted from when you was in 2008. You've been rehabilitated. Your mind has been rehabilitated. So I was telling her, I was like, your mindset controls how you speak. It controls what you do. It controls how you come to conclusions. It controls how you make decisions. It controls how you respond to certain situations. It controls how you respond to your environment, how you respond to others. Your mindset controls your core principles and values, your relationship with money, your health, your beliefs. It controls all of that. Your mindset controls all of that. Entrepreneurs, your mindset is your greatest resource. The greatest ability to any man or any woman is the ability to think. The ability to think, that's the greatest resource to any man, to any woman that ever walked on this earth, is the ability to think. The ability to think. So every morning, y'all, I have thinking sessions. I have thinking sessions to where I sit with myself for 30 minutes. I sit in silence. I have no phone, no distraction. The kids, they in the house, whatever. So every morning when I get up, I usually get up around 7 o'clock. I ain't gonna lie. So this week, I've been getting up a little later, but usually I get up around 7:30. So when I get up, I go outside and sit on the back patio and whatnot. And then when I get out there, I'm just gonna sit in silence. I'm gonna leave my phone in the house. I'm just gonna be out there by myself, thinking by myself. I'm gonna have these thinking sessions by myself. And when I do go out there, I also take my notebook with me. I take my notebook with me. So any thoughts, any ideas that I have while I'm thinking, I'm gonna write them down in my notebook so I won't forget them. But like I said, I go out there every morning for 30 minutes. Every morning for 30 minutes. Now, when you get out there, now you should at least be trying to think of at least 20, 25 new ideas. 25 new ideas. Now, when I first started doing this, having these thinking sessions, I couldn't get 25 ideas off top. I might have came up with 5 ideas, and then as time went on, I might have came up with 6 ideas, then 10 ideas, and then 15 ideas. But the reason why I'm saying all this is because once you, as an entrepreneur, you got to stay on your toes. You got to be able to think. So you being able to think and having these thinking sessions and writing down your ideas as you are thinking, it's gonna put you in a place. It's gonna put you in a better mental space. It's gonna put you in a better mental space when you have these thinking sessions. When you have time to yourself and you have time to reflect on your week or reflect on your night or reflect on yesterday, or reflect on whatever. When you have those moments, like I said, just sit down and take that time and think. Just 30 minutes. That's all you got to do. You don't have to go no longer than that. If you can go longer than 30 minutes, go longer than 30 minutes. It ain't gonna hurt you. It's only gonna help you. So entrepreneurs, listen, man. When it comes to entrepreneurship, having the right mindset is crucial. It's very crucial. So why is mindset so crucial? Why is mindset so crucial? So let's break it down. Let's break down the 3 areas of mindset. So you got resilience, creativity, and growth. Those are the 3 areas of mindset: resilience, creativity, and growth. So your mindset, man, listen, your mindset is how you perceive and approach challenges, setbacks, and opportunities. So basically, when shit hit the fan, what you gonna do to shake back? When shit hit the fan, what you gonna do to shake back? Now, entrepreneurs, listen. Now, y'all listen up. As you are an entrepreneur, I don't even know if that's a word, but as you're an entrepreneur, you're gonna face numerous setbacks. You're gonna face numerous amounts of setbacks. You're gonna face numerous amounts of failures. Entrepreneurs, your mindset gonna determine whether you bounce back stronger or whether you give up. It's simple. It's gonna determine whether you bounce back or whether you give up. So hold on, I'm a little parched. Hold on. So listen, like I was saying, it's not about the fall. It's about what you do after the fall. If you fall down and you don't get back up, you're just gonna be on the ground. Like I said, it's not about the fall, it's about what you do after the fall. It's about you picking yourself up after the fall, dusting yourself off, and getting back to it. You might be bruised up, you might be scraped up, you might be bleeding. It is what it is. Get up, wipe yourself off, and keep it moving. I fell off a dirt bike one time. I'm talking about I skint my hands up, skint my knees up. All the skin off my ass was gone. All the skin off my ass was gone. I'm talking about, listen, I was messed up. But when I fell, I didn't allow the fall to scare me away from riding dirt bikes. Nah, like, and I fell off, man. Listen, I was going like 45, 50 miles per hour. Man, I had the bike in the air. My cousin, man, we riding. This dude, man, he gonna cut in front of me as I'm riding the bike. So it was either run him over or lay the bike down. So I should have ran him over. So next time, hey, listen, I'm gonna run you over. But I laid the bike down. So I just laid the bike down instead. But like I was saying, I either could have not rode bikes no more, or I mean, I could have let that fall scare me from not riding bikes no more. But now what I did, I chose to get back on it. That same day, I rode it back to I rode it back to the house. I'm talking about skinned up, bloody, all that. I rode it back to the house. But once I healed up, once I got right, I was back on it again. I was doing my thing again. So, like I said, it ain't about the fall. It's about what you do after the fall. So, what you do after the fall, if you get back up, that's resilience. Resilience is the ability to preserve in the face of adversity. Man, listen, all successful entrepreneurs, they embody that. They embody that mindset. They embody the resilience mindset. Being an entrepreneur is literally it's like being on a roller coaster. It's like being on a roller coaster. So I need y'all to understand. If you're going to embark on this entrepreneurship journey, you're going to have a lot of high and low moments. You're going to be up and down a lot. You're going to have a lot of high and low moments. So, hey, y'all ever seen the movie Flight? The movie Flight with Denzel Washington in it? So the part where he was flying the plane, and when everything started to go wrong, it started to nosedive. So when the plane started to nosedive, Denzel, he didn't want the plane, of course, to crash into the ground and, of course, kill everybody on the plane. So he was resilient enough to try to take control of the plane, and he never gave up on taking control of the plane. So that's how entrepreneurship is going to be. You're going to be flying smooth one moment, and then you're going to take a nosedive. And then you might be flying upside down. Hey, listen, you got to pivot. You might be flying upside down, but you gotta be able to pivot from. If you can prevent yourself from falling, of course, prevent yourself from falling. But a lot of times, you just gonna fall. You're gonna fall. But once you fall in this journey, you got to be able to, like I said, you're gonna have your high moments. You're gonna have your low moments. But when I first got into entrepreneurship, I remember it was like 2 years ago. No, that was 3 years ago. But when I first got into entrepreneurship, everything was all good. Like, I had been studying, I had been prepping for that moment for me to walk away from my job, for me to be done working. I had been prepping for it. So everything was going smooth. I had got up to the point, like when I first started, like I remember, it was some days where I would be making anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200 a day, just off selling, the products I had at the time. I would be making $1,000 to $1,200 a day. And then that money, that $1,000, $1,200 a day, man, it took a nosedive. It started turning into $900, $800, $600, $250, $150. Hey, listen, it got real. But listen, I could have quit. But I went back to the drawing boards. Something had to be wrong. I was doing something wrong. Took it back to the drawing board. I had to refigure it out. I had to be resilient. I didn't quit. I had to refigure it out. I had to listen. You got to plan for those rainy days. That's what they say, right? So as an entrepreneur, when it starts to rain, you gotta have a plan in place. You gotta know what you're gonna do when it starts to rain. Because just like when you're driving a car, when you're driving a car and it's raining outside, it's raining hard, and you stop on the side of the road, it's gonna continue to rain there. It's gonna continue to rain in that area where you are. It's gonna continue to rain. It might rain for another 25, 30 minutes in that area. But if you keep driving, 2 minutes up the road, 3 minutes up the road, 4 minutes up the road, 5 minutes up the road, it's gonna be sunshine. It's gonna stop raining. It's gonna stop raining. So, like I say, entrepreneurs, you have to be resilient. Don't quit. Take it back to the drawing board. Refresh your mind. Have those thinking sessions, and get back to it. You got to get back to it. Entrepreneurs, like I just said, failure is not the end of the road. It's not the end of the road. It's just a stepping stone. It's just a stepping stone. It's not a roadblock. It's none of that. It's a speed bump. Hit it. Keep going. All right, so listen, resilience is the first area. So the second area of mindset is creativity. That's creativity. So high-level entrepreneurs are known for their ability to think outside the box. So entrepreneurs, you need to read. You need to read, keep thinking. Like I said, have those thinking sessions. Keep thinking, keep your mind sharp. Keep your eyes and ears open for new ideas and new ways to run your business. Keep your eyes and ears open. Keep your head on the swivel. And that's what they say, yeah, keep your head on the swivel. All right, so creativity, that's the second area. So the third area of mindset is growth. Man, listen, entrepreneurs, continuously learning, that's something I stand on. I believe in that wholeheartedly. I stand firm on that. That's something I stand firm on. So I'm going down there, I'm going to Miami for the podcast summit. It's hosted by David Shands, and there's gonna be other entrepreneurs who have podcasts as well. They're gonna be there. But I'm going down there to learn. I'm still new in the podcast world. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff I figured out on my own. It's a lot of stuff that I figured out from watching different stuff on YouTube, listening to David Shands. But I need to be in the room. I need to be around that energy. I need to be in that space to where all of these other entrepreneurs and podcasters who are going through the similar struggles that I have, they may be a step ahead of me, but I can learn from them. I may not be able to get information directly from David Shands, like speak to him one-on-one, but there's going to be other entrepreneurs that are farther along than I am in the process that's going to be able to help me. So I'm going down there specifically to network. I'm going down there to learn. I'm going down there to learn how to get my podcast to where I need it to be. I'm trying to grow. And if you're trying to grow, you have to be around people that are doing what you want to do, but they're just doing it at a high level. You got to get around those people. So when I say get around those people, you got to go to these webinars, you got to go to these different events, you got to go to these different networking events, because if you don't, guess what? You're going to be still trying to figure it out. You're going to still try to figure it out when you can just put yourself in the room, put yourself in that environment. But like I was saying, I'm going down there on the 30th and 31st. So when I get down there, I'm going to make sure that I'm taking notes. I'm going to make sure that I'm sitting in the front row. I'm going to make sure that if they asking questions and I got a question, I'm going to make sure I'm participating and raising my hand. I'm going to make sure that I'm doing my job to get better. So like I said, I stand on continual learning. I went to school and got 3 degrees, and I ain't using none of them. Well, some of them, well, you can't see them, but they on the wall over here. But anyways, I learned more from getting into these groups, joining these masterminds. I learned more from YouTube. I learned more in a lot of places other than school. So you don't have to go to school to continue your education. You can self-educate yourself. I'm definitely self-educated. I definitely have a doctor's degree from YouTube University. Definitely got a doctor's degree from YouTube University. Like you can't tell me nothing about YouTube. Like I know the ins and outs of YouTube. You can find whatever you need to find on YouTube. So entrepreneurs, you need to self-educate yourself. Whatever you type in on YouTube, man, you got Google. Google should be your best friend. YouTube should be your best friend. You should be using these different platforms. You should use these as resources. Use them as resources. You should use that stuff. That's why they're out there. A lot of people, listen, you don't need to go out and spend a lot of money or throw a bunch of money at stuff. You need to go out and educate yourself. Now, if you are throwing money, you need to be throwing it at find like I said, find you an entrepreneur that's doing what you want to do at a high level, and if they got a class, that's what you need to throw money at. So yeah, I had to spend money to get to join, to be a part of the podcast summit. So yeah, if you're gonna throw money at something that's gonna bring you back a return on your investment. Because once I go down there and learn the information, hey, that's it. I got the information. Ain't nothing that's gonna be holding me back from doing. Well, there's nothing that should be holding me back from doing what I need to do. I got the information. So entrepreneurs, your mindset is not about how far you can see. It's about how clearly you can see. So let me say that again. Your mindset is not about how far you can see. It's about how clearly you can see. So our mindset, the collection of thoughts and attitudes we hold, is deeply intertwined with our beliefs. It's deeply intertwined with our beliefs. So your beliefs is your foundation of your mindset. Well, your beliefs should be the foundation of your mindset. I'm going to say that. But here's the fascinating part. Our beliefs not only shape our mindset, they also influence our action. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? They also influence your action. Can I get an amen on that? So listen, limiting beliefs. I just had a conversation with my kids the other day. They know, so they're not allowed to use the words can't or try. They're not allowed to use those words at all because those are tied to you having limiting beliefs. So if you say you can't or you trying to do something, you're never gonna get it done. Either you're gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. But once you speak about saying that you can't do something, that's you mentally telling yourself, or your brain is telling you that, you know what, hey, we can't do it. We can't do it. So when you speak that out loud and say, I can't do something, or I'm trying to do something, you ain't doing nothing. So your beliefs should be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your beliefs should be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So, like I said, I don't allow them to use the words can't or try. They can't use those words around me. They shouldn't be using them when they ain't around me. But like I was saying, they can't use the words can't and try. Like I said, your beliefs should be self-fulfilling prophecies. Your beliefs should be self-fulfilling prophecies. So when I say that, I mean, you got to speak life into what you're doing. So you got to say stuff like, I can do this. I know I can do this. I am going to do this. You got to change the way you think about those beliefs. Like I said, if you can't or you try, you're not going to do. You got to change it to I can, I am, I will. That's what you got to say. Those are the words that you got to speak while you're doing something. So the belief itself, that's the catalyst of success. So how can we harness our power of beliefs to create positive change in our lives? That's a good question. That's a question you should ask yourself. How can we harness our power of our beliefs to create positive change in our lives? So the first step, it starts with identifying and challenging your limited beliefs. You got to identify what your limited belief is, and then you have to challenge that belief. So entrepreneurs, if you are having limited beliefs, you need to question the validity of your beliefs and replace them with empowering beliefs. Replace them with empowering beliefs. So what old beliefs are you willing to get rid of? So entrepreneurs, if you believe success is out of reach, guess what? Success is out of reach. It's out of reach. Instead of saying that success is out of reach, why don't you replace that with, I am capable of achieving great things. I am capable of achieving great things. And that could honestly be a true statement. It can honestly be a true statement if you believe. If you believe that you are capable of achieving great things, guess what? You are capable of achieving great things. You got to believe it first, though. So I use self-affirmations to reshape my beliefs all the time. I reshape my belief all the time. So as I said earlier, I have these thinking sessions. I have these thinking sessions in the morning. Also, when I'm having these thinking sessions in the morning, I also say affirmations. I am thankful and grateful for making $100,000 a day. I am thankful and grateful for living the life I choose to live. I am thankful and grateful for my family. I am thankful and grateful for living life on my terms. Simple stuff like that. But listen, I'm not gonna lie. For the past maybe 20 or so days, maybe a month, I haven't been doing that. I've been off track a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. I've been off track a little bit. I haven't been doing it every morning like I used to. Now, when I was in dark places and when I was trying to figure out life, I was doing that every day. And it was helping me reshape my beliefs to what I needed to believe in at the time. So I was able to put in the work by using those affirmations. But like I said, lately I haven't been doing that. So that's on me. But that's something that I'm definitely gonna start back doing tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna start back doing that tomorrow morning. So I'm back on it. I'm gonna be back on it tomorrow morning. So yeah, like I said, when you have those thinking sessions, you need to be out there doing the same thing. Have your time to think to yourself, but then also have some time to where you say affirmations. That's what's gonna shape your beliefs. That's what your belief system is gonna be based on. How you think and how you start to change the way you think. So you have to, like I said, say those self-affirmations in the morning to reshape your beliefs. If you believe success is out of reach, go out there and say, I am capable of achieving great things. Make up your own. Don't use what I just said. Now that's what helped me. Make up your own affirmations. Create your own affirmations. And you just need to say it every day. Say it every day. Do it every day. Write it down every day. Rinse, wash, repeat. You need to re-rock that process. You need to re-rock that process and do those affirmations every day. Rinse, wash, repeat. Do it every day. Now, examining and reshaping your beliefs, that's the first step, but it's not the only step. It's not the only step. So after you speak life into your affirmations, it's time to put some action behind them. You have to put action, you have to put a plan of action behind your affirmations. Affirmations without action is just a wish. You just wishing, you just out there hoping and wishing. When you say your affirmations, if you don't put action behind it, you just out there hoping and wishing. So I see people all the time talking about their affirmations. They say you gotta speak what you believe into existence. That's what they say, right? You gotta speak what you believe into existence. That is true. But you also have to put a plan in place and you also have to take action. You gotta put that plan in place and you gotta take action. You can't just be out there, like I said, making wishes. So sometimes we say those affirmations, then we forget to put into action. We forget the action part. Sometimes some of us, we pray. We pray and expect God to just magically appear and change whatever we got going on. But we forget about the work part. We forget that we ask God to get a new job. We forget that we ask God that we got to do this, we got to do that. Can you guide us with this? Can you help us with this? Can you do this? After you say those prayers or after you say those affirmations, get your butt up. You need to create a plan, and then you need to take action on that plan. Don't forget the work part. We must take action. But most of us not going to take action. Most of us not going to take action. You know why? Man, of course y'all know why. We be scared. We scared. We let fear get in front of our dreams and prohibit us from doing certain stuff. So we scared to get judged. We scared to talk about our business. We scared to fail. We scared to fail. We camera shy. We scared to get on camera. That's a fear. So listen, admit to the fear. Admit to the fear, that's when you're going to be able to move past it. Once you admit to it and acknowledge that fear, you're going to be able to move past it. Now, I used to be scared to get on camera. I used to be scared to get on camera. Listen, I can talk to people in person. I can talk to a group of people. I can do all of that. But listen, I used to make all types of excuses when it was time for me to get on camera. Oh, I need a lineup. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need this. I need this. Oh, the lighting ain't right. This, that, and the third. Just making excuses. Well, listen. Save those excuses. Save those excuses and do it the ugly way. To overcome fear, you must acknowledge. Like I said, you must acknowledge what you're afraid of. So ask yourself, what am I truly afraid of? What is the worst thing that can happen? So I always ask myself, what am I afraid of? Like I said, I was afraid to get on camera. I was afraid to get on camera, but look at me now. Look at me now. I don't know what it was. It was something about the red light, man. Every time I seen that red recording light, every time I seen it, I just would freeze up. Or I wouldn't know what to say. I would freeze up or I wouldn't know what to say. But that comes with practice and it comes with timing. So you're not going to get it right the first time. You're not going to get it right the second time. You may not even get it right the fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, or ninth, or the 10th time. But you got to do it. Because if you don't do it, somebody else going to do it. So like I said, look at me now. I don't even think twice about getting in front of the camera. Like, it don't bother me at all when I see the red light. When I see that red recording light, it don't bother me at all. So I want a podcast. I want to run a business. So guess what? I got to get in front of the camera. You can't win the game if you ain't playing it. You can't win the game if you ain't playing it. So if you want to win the game, you need to play the game. Get in the game. Put me in, coach. Let me win. Hey, get in the game. So you see me now, but you didn't see me last year when I was making these excuses to get on camera. So I know that I look like, I'm comfortable on camera now, and I am a little more comfortable on camera now. So but I ain't quit. I didn't quit. Even though I was scared to get on camera last year, I ain't let that fear hold me back. I ain't let it hold me back because every day I got on YouTube, every day I got on Facebook, every day I got on Instagram, or whatever social media sites that y'all on, you see somebody in front of the camera. And they talking about their business. They talking about what they doing. They talking about this. They talking about that. But they are in front of the camera. Once you see the possibilities, once you understand the possibilities, once you see people winning, and I mean, when I say people winning, once you see people winning, you realize they breathe just like you. They put their pants on one leg at a time just like you. You start to realize that they not too much different from you. They not too much different from you. There's people out there living their best life times 10. They living their best life times 10. Guess what? Don't hate. Study what they do. You can win the same way. You just got to check your fear at the door. Check your fear at the door. Listen, fear is natural. Everybody has something that they're afraid of. Everybody has something that they're afraid of. It's the way we respond to fear that matters. It's the way we respond to it. That's what really matters. Like I said, you must acknowledge your fear. Acknowledge your fear. So if you don't, then that fear gonna handicap you. So my mama, for instance, she is terrified to get on boats, ships, whatever. She's terrified to get on that. So she went to I don't remember where she went, but she went somewhere to where they had a boat and they was gambling on the boat, so she was able to get on the boat and gamble or whatever, but she got like real seasick while she was on the boat. She got seasick, and then now she ain't getting on no more boats. Like, we've been trying to get her to go on cruises and all that stuff, but at the end of this year, she's definitely going on a cruise, so we're going to make her face her fear. So instead of avoiding the fear, see it as an opportunity for learning and personal development. Every great accomplishment in history was achieved by someone who faced their fears. So concentrate on what you control. Concentrate on what you can control rather than what you can't. So listen, entrepreneurship is a way of life. Entrepreneurs, man, listen, take ownership of your life. It's time to take accountability. It's time to take responsibility. It's time to put in the work. Stop making excuses, put in the work. What do you want to accomplish? I want freedom. I want true freedom. You see my hair? My hair is free. I want true freedom like my hair. I want true freedom. But guess what? I got to get out there and make it happen. I got to get out there and make it happen. You got to get out there and make it happen. We got to get out there and make it happen. Listen, starve your fears and believe in yourself. Starve your fears and believe in yourself. So when you believe in yourself, the world will believe in you. The world will believe in you, but guess what? It starts with you. It starts with you. You got to believe first. You got to believe first. Listen, hey man, we got to get the word out. We got to get the word out. Tell your people about the information I provide. Tell your people about the information I provide. All your entrepreneur friends, share this video with them right now. Like I said earlier, share this video with 3 to 5 of your friends and tell them to come check me out. You got to tell them to come check me out because listen, the word is out. The word is out, and I'm trying to share the word. And it's enough. I'm trying to share information to people out there who have went through the same struggles I've went through, or who's going through the same struggles that I went through, and they trying to win. So I want all of them to win. I want all of y'all to win. So like I said, man, like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stay locked in on Thursdays, where we're going to learn and grow together every week. We're going to learn and grow together every week. So I need y'all to stay focused, keep growing. Until next time, man, listen, y'all be easy.